Hey beautiful, can you believe that it is November and the holidays are just a few days away? I know the holidays can be tough in and of themselves. I mean, when you factor in all the added stress of holiday parties, work events, Christmas plays, school holiday events, oh my goodness, I'm getting winded even talking about it. Family get-togethers, church, baking, shopping. Are you exhausted yet? Well, you get the picture. I know you do. And it can be overwhelming, to say the least. But when you factor in betrayal trauma, well, we know all too well the added stress that brings. That's why I created How to Thrive Through the Holidays After Betrayal. God doesn't want you just to survive, beautiful. He wants you to thrive. He wants you to enjoy your holiday season. Not to look at it with dread in your heart, not to look at it and be like the ostrich who wants to put their head in the sand and pray for the next year to come very quickly. No, He wants you to embrace the holidays, to be able to redeem them, reclaim them, and enjoy them once again. So, How to Thrive Through the Holidays After Betrayal was created just for you. It was with you in mind. Inside of this workshop, I have a holiday safety plan just so you can take care of you. I'm teaching you somatics that you can use during the holiday season, how to feel safe for the holidays, strategies to help you navigate the holidays, helpful tips, bonuses, and so much more. And the beauty is this program usually sells for $297, but we are slashing it for the holiday season and breaking it down to just $27. Yes, beautiful, you heard me right. This is going to be on sale for $27. So you can click on the link below in the show notes. Grab it while you can. It comes with a downloadable workbook, videos, everything you need to set yourself up for healing and success during the holiday season so that you can thrive through them instead of just survive. So grab it below in the show notes. I pray that it blesses you, and I can't wait to speak to you in today's show. Hey beautiful, welcome back to the show. I hope you are going to grab our early Black Friday special on how to thrive through the holidays after betrayal. This is one of our best requested workshops for women who have gone through betrayal. They're facing the holidays and they're really dreading it. And they're like, how can I reclaim it? So make sure to grab yours. Go below in the show notes. This is going to be invaluable for you as we head into Thanksgiving and the Christmas holidays. So I did promise you we were going to come back for a part 2 on what you should and should not say to your friend when she's been betrayed by her husband. So I pray that the first episode of this really blessed you. I know I've had huge feedback on this as one of the best podcasts. And it's because it's an actual tool that you can utilize if you are the one who's been betrayed, that you can send to family and friends so they know how they can help you navigate this. And if you are actually a friend who has had your girlfriend betrayed, then this will help you tremendously. So we are going to dive in to part 2, and I did 2 parts because there was just so much that I wanted to share with you. So if you've not heard the first one, it's linked below in the show notes. Go take a listen and then come back with your pen and paper, your notebook, whatever, and let's grab your favorite latte beverage and let's dive in. So when you have a friend who has just discovered her husband's sexual betrayal, when you focus on validating her feelings and offering support without judgment, and giving her space to process that situation, well, you are invaluable to her. You know, this is where you're avoiding minimizing her pain. You're not offering unsolicited advice, or you're trying to place the blame on either party. There are things you should and should not do, right? Well, I'm going to dive into some more statements that you should feel free to say that are going to be like a healing balm to her. And then some more things that you should never say to her, because they are going to be wounding. They're going to invalidate her feelings. She's not going to feel seen or heard, and it's just going to make her feel betrayed all over again. Betrayal is not always by a spouse. There's betrayal at work. There's betrayal by friends, family members. We betray ourselves even, right? But this is when your friend's been betrayed by her husband. You want to be a source of strength, a source of hope, and a source of healing. So I'm praying that episode 1 and 2 is really going to help you with this. So grab your pen and paper. Let's dive in. So what are some more phrases that are actually going to be healing that you could offer to her? Well, the first one is, I am so sorry to hear this. This must be so incredibly painful for you. What you're actually doing when you say this to her is you're validating the fact that she has been traumatized. She has been wounded at the deepest level, and that it needs to be addressed. It needs to be seen. She needs to be heard, and you want to do that for her. You're actually coming alongside of her and letting her know it's okay the way you feel, and you're offering that deep empathy, coming alongside of her, letting her know that it truly wounds and hurts your heart as her friend or family member that she's actually experiencing this level of trauma and pain. The next one is, it's completely understandable that you feel hurt, angry, confused, or whatever else comes up for you. Like, beautiful, I understand. This is real. What you're experiencing is real. And I can sympathize and empathize with you. This is incredibly painful. The next one is, I want you to know I'm here for you. Whatever you need, whether it's to talk, cry, or just have me sit in silence with you, I'm here for the long haul. Beautiful, let me tell you, that is something she needs right now. She needs your presence, and she needs your undivided attention. And sometimes it's just to sit in the silence. Now, I know that can make you feel very uncomfortable, because when we have someone hurting, when we have someone going through something so traumatic, we really want to fix it, don't we? But it's not about fixing it. It's about being present in her pain and letting her know that you are there for the long haul. The next one is, you don't deserve this, and I want you to know that you're not alone. I'm not going to leave you. This is a great reminder for her. Remind her, you're not going to leave her. God will not leave her nor forsake her, that she has a support system in place, and that she didn't deserve this. Nothing she did, it's not what she was lacking, it's nothing that she could have done that caused the affair or the pornography addiction. It has nothing to do with her, and she needs to hear that from you. The next one is, if you want to talk about what happened, I'm here to listen without judgment. You're actually giving her permission to speak about the circumstances. A lot of times when a woman has been betrayed, they don't know, should I really talk about this or should I not? Now, there are those, yes, that they talk about it constantly, right? And we really need to have that permission as a betrayed spouse to be able to voice what we are going through. This enables us to not have the trauma get stuck within our body. It helps us to process it. We come to the realization of what is going on. We're able to acknowledge the pain and start to accept the reality thereof. You actually giving her permission to talk about it is a safety net for her. So offer this and then sit there. Now, again, don't try to fix what she's telling you, because you can't fix it. The best thing to do is give a listening ear, and then to come back and ask her, what do you need from me in this moment? That's how you, quote, fix it for her. You ask her what she needs in the moment, because she may be able to tell you. And if she doesn't know, then tell her, it's okay if you don't know. I'm just here with you, and I'm going to continue to listen without judgment. The last one I want to share with you is, have you considered talking with a trauma-informed counselor or coach to help you navigate this difficult time? She might not have thought about that yet. She might be in the throes of it, just trying to survive, keep her head above water, so to speak, and she needs you to help her navigate the murky waters, to help put her on the path to healing. So direct her to a trauma-informed coach or a therapist who can help her navigate. And believe it or not, you can direct her to a free consult with me. Below in the show notes, there is a link. Grab it, share it with her. She can get on a consult with me, and I can help her get started to heal from the trauma of the betrayal. Now, what is it that you shouldn't say? Let's go through a few of those as well, because I'm expanding this from the first episode that we had, giving you more things that we need to also stay away from. The first one is, well, honey, maybe he was just stressed, or you must have done something to make him cheat. Oh, my word. Please never say this to your friend or family member. This will heap condemnation, shame, blame, guilt on her. She is not to blame. It had nothing to do with her. It had everything to do with his poor choices to continue watching pornography, stay in a sexual addiction, and or have an affair. It's not just the excuse of he was stressed. He chose an unhealthy coping mechanism, end of story. And also, there's nothing she could have done to make him cheat. It was his choice. I don't care how much you nag. I don't care how bad the marriage is. There's always a way out, and that's not to cheat. If a spouse is that unhappy in the relationship, they have the freedom to leave that relationship instead of betraying the spouse and putting them through that kind of trauma. So by all means, never say to her that it must have been something you've done. You didn't give him enough sex or whatever it is. No, it had nothing to do with her. Avoid minimizing or blaming her. The second one is, oh, you should just forgive him and move on, honey. Remember, I said this in a different way in the first episode. Don't pressure her to make decisions too quickly. Forgiveness is a layered effect. That's why I'm saying it again. I'm revisiting this because we as Christian women, family members, we're quick to try to push someone into forgiveness, thinking, well, if they just forgive, they're going to be unshackled and they can move on. They've got to be ready for that. And as a Christian woman, she will get there because we know that we must forgive in order to be set free. But it is a process that God Himself needs to lead her through. The next one is, well, at least you found out now. Oh my, does this come across as insensitive or what? Yes, it does. That's extremely insensitive. It's not about, oh, now you found out. Well, this is something she should have never had to deal with in her life in the first place. So it's not the fact that, oh, well, now it's finally uncovered, sweetie. No, this is being extremely insensitive. And once again, this is also wounding her at a deep level. The next one is, well, try to see things from his perspective. Wait, what? There is no try to see things from his perspective. His perspective was extremely clouded, and it was based on the filter of sin. Let's call it as it is. So we don't need for her to try to see it from his perspective and look through the sinful glasses that he was looking through. No. We need to be focusing on her feelings first. We need to be speaking truth to her. Instead of that, we need to be saying, honey, his perspective was sinful. It was unhealthy and it was wrong. And you have every right to feel the way you feel. The last one is this. Well, honey, you're better off without him. You just need to divorce him. You need to get on with your life. There's going to be someone else better for you. That's not what she needs to hear right now. Never make assumptions about her relationship at all. Don't do that. You don't know where her heart is. And a lot of times when a woman finds out she's been betrayed, her focus is on saving that relationship as a top priority. And with you coming behind her, telling her she's better off without him, calling him a jerk and all these other names, and letting her know, oh, there's probably a better man out there somewhere, that's not what she wants to hear. So don't assume that she's ready to throw it all away. Come alongside of her and remind her that God has a plan. With or without your husband, trust God in the process. That's what she needs to be doing right now above all things. So a few things that can help you is to remember to listen actively and empathetically. Let her express her emotions without any interruption and always validate her feelings. Now, if you have a friend who is going down the road of vengeance, you need to call her on the carpet. And I'm real quick to say that because vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. And we never need to cross over into vengeance. And sometimes that can happen when we are so wounded through betrayal. We are like that bear who's trying to get out of the bear trap. We are going to gnaw away at everything so that we can feel better. And sometimes that vengeful streak will rear its ugly head and Satan's going to come in and throw fire on that to fuel it. He's going to try to spark that flame into an inferno. And he's going to want your friend to blast social media, to start talking to everybody in the community, to try to ruin everybody's reputation. That's vengeance. Now, if you have a friend who's been betrayed that is seeking to go down that road, you have permission to call her on the carpet. Remind her, once again, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, that the Lord has natural consequences in place, and she needs to step back and trust God that he will allow them to play out. It will take place, but she needs to trust God in it and not take that into her own hands. Also remember to respect her privacy. Don't pressure her to share details if she's not ready. Just be there. Just be present. Maybe you need to just take her out for a cup of coffee or a girls' night out to dinner. Maybe you could just watch the kids or take her to church or just sit and watch a good movie with her, whatever that is. Also remember to offer practical support. Again, what can you do to help her? Can you run some errands for her? Can you set up a massage for her? Or both of you go for a mani-pedi, treat her for that, whatever it is, to get her mind focused on some self-care. And then once again, just remind her that her self-care is so vitally important, that taking care of herself right now is a must. I also want to remind you of a couple of key points that are crucial. It helps to not take sides in this situation, because that can leave you in the middle if they reconcile their relationship. So be there to listen to your friend, but don't speak harshly about either party. Remember that your friend, the one who's betrayed, she needs to grieve. And grief is like a fingerprint. No one experiences it in the same way. So allow her to be angry if she needs to word vomit one day. Allow her to cry, to scream, to pound the pavement, whatever that looks like. But by all means, one thing you don't want her to do is to isolate. The enemy would love her to isolate. Don't allow that. Remind her that isolation is her enemy and that she needs support around her. So bearing witness to a friend who's entangled in the ravages of being cheated on, it is tricky business. I know it's hard to be in that kind of position, but you are invaluable, and that's what I want you to remember. So I'm going to end today with 5 tools to help you even give greater support, because I'm going to give it to you in detail. I hit upon a couple of these earlier, but I want to kind of give it to you a little better. The first one is this: be very curious. Yeah, I know, right? Now, it sounds simple, but be curious. Ask questions. Listen. Repeat what you heard. And this is going to help her be able to articulate her discomfort at a better level. It's not going to hurt her for you to ask questions. It will actually help her to start talking, and this will help her to accept and to acknowledge what she's going through. Number 2, again, I want to reiterate, taking sides is problematic. Now, it may be the first go-to action you might gravitate towards, thinking that supporting the betrayed means siding with them. But remember, if she's going to be vindictive, you've got to call her on the carpet. You've got to be there and not speak ill about either party. Because if you do, this is going to create shame and embarrassment for both the betrayed and for the betrayer. And these emotions can be strong. So be there for both if need be. Now, think about the betrayed partner and the fact that they've lost trust, they've lost a sense of self, their self-esteem has tanked, and they've experienced something very, very traumatic. So your friend is relying on you, and they need to have you help them to recall success stories, or what I mean by times when you shared laughter, joy, and strength and growth together. Right now, you're going to have to be the one who's the keeper of those stories and memories, and you're going to have to help her kind of pull those out of the archive, so to speak, so she can remember that not everything in her life has been detrimental, that there is some goodness in her life, and she needs to be reminded of this. The next one is set boundaries. When you're helping someone you care about, you've got to have some good, healthy boundaries in place. You must find ways to distance yourself at times and not become enveloped in the crisis. Be caring, be present, and support her all you can. But you don't want to lose yourself or become enmeshed in their pain. Give time limits for shared activities. See other people. You might want to discuss your feelings with a trusted friend or a coach or a therapist. This is helpful because it can be very, very heavy when you are the one who is helping someone through betrayal. Beautiful. Again, I pray that all of the what you can say, what you shouldn't say, all the little tidbits of strategies and tools and everything that I've given you over the last couple of episodes, I'm praying you put these into practice for your friend. And when you do, I want you to know that you're forging ahead a path of healing and wholeness for her. You're coming alongside of someone who is in desperate need. God is using you as a vessel of hope, as a vessel of joy, and as a vessel of healing. And that makes you his conduit of his grace and his mercy and his love. And she needs that right now. Thank you for being that friend. Thank you for your willingness to do what you're doing. And thank you for listening to this broadcast today. I pray it bless you. I pray it will help you in that time of need when you need to help someone that God's put in your path who's been betrayed sexually by their husband. Be blessed. Thanks for stopping by today and spending a little while with me. I hope you enjoyed today's show and found hope, healing, and encouragement. Please remember to subscribe to my podcast and leave a review. You can even screenshot this episode and share it on IG or Facebook stories. This is how we get the message of hope and healing out to all women who are in the midst of betrayal and loss. If you're ready to move out of the devastation of betrayal and take the next step in your healing, make sure to reach out to me and schedule your breakthrough coaching call today. Until next time, love God, live your life passionately, and always choose joy in the midst of any circumstance that you may face. Cheers to you, beautiful.